everyone, Amanda here with Moses and Me Card Company. I know it's been a while since I posted. At the last post I was doing June Father's Day cards and got into one of these collections from Spellbinders. This is called the, well, I don't know what it, I don't think the whole thing has a name, but this is the dies that were introduced by J.C. Gasper, or the collection that was introduced by J.C. Gasper. It's not just dies, it's press plates and dies and glimmer. Is there a glimmer plate? I think it's just press plates and die sets. But this is the Kaleidoscope Noble suit. And it's got just like the 4 suits that you have in a standard playing deck. We also have the reversible Royal Court, which helps you create the face cards for the deck, which was kind of, I thought, very clever. They also have the Wild Joker, which creates, of course, the Joker. And then getting into the actual pip and rank, which creates the numbers for the cards as well as the ranks for the cards. I've learned a lot about cards and the actual official names of some of these things. And then it has a couple of press plates. This is the Shuffling Sentiments. So this has a lot of nice sentiments that coordinate with cards and things of that nature. And then of course we've got the Enchanting Suit Facets. So this gives you each of the suits in a standard playing deck. And then we have the Deluxe deck, which kind of looks like the front of the playing card, which I really like this one. I've lost the bag for it. I think it's downstairs in my living room, so I'll go get that later. But in any case, that one really created some nice face plates for it. And now, at the same time, Honeybee Stamps came out with some dies that related to playing cards as well, which I picked up. This is the Lovely Layer playing cards. I liked it because it created a very nice size playing card, and that's really what I used it for. And plus it had some other suit styles, which I like, so I'll be using that as well. And then they had a 3D embossing folder that also has like a card theme to it, and it's called Aces. And you can see it just kind of creates a bunch of like playing cards. They had some other items in their store, but I just kind of stopped there and thought that these all kind of coordinated nicely together. And I thought that they created nice masculine cards. And now all the cards I created with them are not masculine, but I thought that I would kind of pick up. I made a Father's Day card from this and thought I would just continue to make some other cards and see what we can get into. Starting with card number 1, you can see that I used the press plate for the, I forget their names. So this one brings in this reversible Royal Court. I created the little lady with that die. And then I also used the Deluxe deck. So here I heat foiled this with some Spellbinders white foil on a navy blue panel, so that looks like the typical bicycle cards that you see or have played with, I'm sure, at some time in your life. And then I also used the Pip and Rank die set to create the Queen and the Heart there. And then I pulled in the sentiments that go with this set that are called the Shuffling Sentiments, to just create, this is a happy birthday card, and then shuffling in some love and laughter. So there you have card number 1. This is a 5x7 card. The face cards, the reversible Royal Court, take up, this is an A2 panel on mounted on this 5x7 card. And it, as you can see, the face card takes up almost the whole space. So there's really not room for a sentiment unless you want to use the banner that goes across the middle of them. But in this case, I didn't want to cover up the middle detail there. I took the time to make the belt, so I wanted to see the belt. But in any case, if you don't like 5x7 cards, or that's not really your thing, or you just want to have a place to put the sentiment, that is probably where that is supposed to go. But in this case, I just kind of wanted to experiment. This is my, like I said, first 5x7 card I've ever made. And it feels huge. I mean, it feels almost like clownishly huge, probably because I'm not used to making a 5x7, which is funny because I'm sure I buy them at the grocery store. But in any case, that was my attempt to have an area to put a sentiment. And for card number 2, again, this is the same. This is the reverse foiling of that press plate. I apologize, I don't remember the names of them. The deluxe deck press plate. That is the reverse foiling on the navy blue. And again, I used the reversible royal court to create the king and queen trio here. I think, oops, I've got them upside down. I used, again, the shuffling sentiments in the way that it's meant to be used, I think, with this collection. And it was, created the banner that goes across the two of the base card icons. And so in this case, I did cover up their little belt, but that's okay. And so both of my reversible court dies have some dimension, so their shields and their arms are popped up, so it's very dimensional. And then again, this banner has got some fun, or not fun foam, but some foam squares in the middle so that it's got some dimension as well and doesn't sag. And that is my reversible royal court cards. And then getting into the Joker's Wild. Let's see here. So using the Wild Joker, rather, not the Joker's Wild, I created... these were kind of fun because if you cut out 3 colors, obviously you have 3 jokers to create. This is obviously my first attempt. I used some of the specialty cardstock from Spellbinders to cut out his shoes and his staff, and as well as the little playing cards that he holds. And this one was kind of fun because you can kind of use bright primary colors, and they look... they don't look out of place because it is, after all, a joker. And so there you have card number 1. I brought in, of course, this 3D embossing folder from Honeybee Stamps called Aces, which was kind of neat. I really like how that turned out. The Joker himself has a lot of dimension because he's got a lot of layers, so I didn't have to use a whole lot of fun foam on this card to give it dimension. I did pop this one card that is in the middle up with like a foam square just so it's got a little bit of dimension. You can also see that I didn't emboss it to the end of the card, so I had a spot for my sentiment, which I also brought in from the Shuffling Sentiments press plate. I heat embossed that, or is that what it's called? I heat embossed it. And there you have it. There you got card number 3. I glimmered it. That's what I'm looking for. I glimmered it. For card number 4, again, this is another Joker, obviously using the 3 colors that I've already started to cut out. I brought in the Shuffling Sentiments. I put them on the banner like they're intended to be used. And again, I used that Aces embossing folder from Honeybee Stamps, rather. And some more of the specialty black cardstock. And there you have card number 4. For card number 5, you guessed it, I have one more. Finishing out my outfits for this little guy. This one, again, I glimmered one of the Shuffling Sentiments here directly on the card. I also used the deluxe deck, and I glimmered. This is the matte black foil from Hero Arts. I just can't get it together. This is the matte black foil from Spellbinders on some black cardstock, so it's just a tone on tone. And this is the reverse foil of that. press plate, so it looks different than the regular foil of the press plate. So here you have card number 5, and I also brought in the pip and rink to put the little J's on the sides of the card, and I used my corner rounder to make this look more like a card shape. And obviously this banner is popped up on some foam squares, so it's got a little bit of dimension. And I thought those kind of are kind of scary cards, but they are interesting nonetheless. For card number 6, again I used the deluxe deck press plate on in my glimmer machine, and as you can see I did a tone on tone. So this is red foil from Spellbinders. It's this red foil that they have in their shop, and it just kind of gives it a really pretty shine, but it's not so overwhelming. And then I used my honeybee stamps lovely layers to cut out the cards, and you see they're just kind of a nice size. They're they fit nicely. And then the pip and rink, I just pulled that out, and of course I had to look up the poker hands because I wasn't sure what a full house was or a royal flush, but this is a royal flush. And I also glimmered a sentiment that says sending you a royal flush of good wishes, which is what I'll put on the inside of this card when I get ready to build it. Now this is also, this Here's to a Winning Hand is also glimmered directly on top of this already glimmered background, and as you can see that worked out very well. It didn't have any problems glimmering over what was already glimmered. And again, the banner has some dimension, and there you have card number 6. To cover up the head of her so the other ones can fit in there. For card number 7, I brought in, this is a full house, I think. As you can tell, I don't know. Again, this is just the reverse of this, so you can see, well, I think I'm missing a card. This is the reverse of it. You can see how one of them has more of the foil in the background, and the other one is kind of the reverse of that. This is, I think, the regular glimmer of this plate. And again, I glimmered on top of that with one of the sentiments from the collection and just put my little stack of cards on there. And there you have a very simple, you know, just kind of a, it could be a birthday card, it could be a Father's Day card, it could be any loads of masculine cards. For card number 7, you already got a peek of it, but this is the reverse of that glimmer plate. And I just cut out 2 of the cards this time, making them 2 of a kind. And then I brought in one of my flower dies. This was kind of inspired by one of Yana's examples. I brought in the flower die from the large die of the month, Club Blooms, in January 2023. And I just cut out some of those flowers using some tone-on-tone colors. And there you have card number 7. For card number 8, rather, this is card number 9. I wanted to play with the Kaleidoscope Noble Suits, and so I brought in another one of those glimmered press plates, the deluxe deck press plate. And as you can see, this is the reverse of this one. So you can see this one has more glimmer, and this one has less glimmered areas, but I did use my solid press plate or glimmer plate to get the reverse of those so that I didn't waste that foil, because it really did have a really pretty design. I don't know if you can see it all that well on camera, since it's like tone on tone, but this is obviously some more of that specialty black, that brushed black cardstock from Spellbinders. I glimmered the Lucky You on top of the brushed black rather, and cut out some of the suits from the Pip and Rink die set. And there you have card number 9, a very simple card. And then for card number 10, I wanted to bring in the Enchanting Suit Facets Better Press Plate. And this one I did use as the Better Press. So this is on some of the Pebble Cotton cardstock, and I just pressed that with the Better Press black ink. And I also pressed the Lucky You from the Sentiment set. And then I took that 3D embossing folder from Honeybee, the Aces, and I embossed some of that specialty black cardstock from Spellbinders. And then I brought in just some regular black cardstock, and I glimmered the sentiments from the collection. These shuffling sentiments on some regular black, and then these I guess these are called pips in a card deck. I did not know that. The pips are from the Honeybee Lovely Layers. You can see that it creates like a more dimensional, like a stacked. They kind of stack differently than what's in the Spellbinders collection. So I just thought that was kind of different and just brought that in. It just had a nice size for this collection. So that is card number 10. And you'll also see on this card, for example, this is also from the little pips, I guess is what they're called, are the smaller cutouts from this die set. So I thought that those were kind of a better size to put on my card than what they offered in this one. You could put them like, I feel like those went better in the middle, but if you needed them below the rank, then you might want something a little smaller. So there you have it. There are the 10 cards from this collection. And like I said, this was kind of a nice collection if you're in need of a lot of masculine cards. I feel like it lends itself very well to masculine style cards. So as you can tell, I did make a couple of cards that you can give to a woman. Obviously, you can give these cards to anybody, but they're just not as florally or, you know, cutesy as some of the cards that I usually create. So I thought this was kind of a fun collection to showcase for masculine cards. Anyway, thank you guys so much. I appreciate you all spending some time with me today. I hope that you enjoyed what I did with this collection. I'm curious if you guys have gotten this collection and what you've done with it. I really kind of struggled with the press plate for this guy. I forget what that's called. The Enchanting Suit Facets. I kind of struggled with what to do with that one, but I think I pulled it off, so I'm happy with that. But anyway, thank you as always. I hope that you guys are having a great day, and I look forward to posting a new video coming shortly. Thank you guys so much. Talk at you soon.